Winter is coming.
It's pronounced Leela.
It's really cold. I am back in my childhood home. It seems like a logical place to tell childhood stories. Partially inspired by Stuart, the guy who helped me with the camera work for the Watsky video. Today, last night maybe, told a story about when he was in school and he was quite a daydreamer and put blue tack in his hair, which reminded me very strongly of the time I found out I could do an amazing skill. I've yet to meet anyone who can do it quite so well as I do. What skill is this? I'm glad you asked, oh sexy viewer. I'm a true catch. Much like Stuart, I was quite the daydreamer when I was in school. Also, much like Stuart, I found that it didn't matter because I didn't really need to put in the same amount of effort as my classmates in order to keep up with the work. I was just a very book-loving child. I liked to read and I liked education. I just didn't like class because it was really boring, because I knew already most of the stuff that the teacher was saying. And so I would entertain myself my own way. In high school, I spent very little time actually paying attention. I would talk constantly and the teacher would say, if you don't pay attention, you're not going to know what we're talking about and you're going to fail because you won't know any of the answers to the test. And he gave us a pop quiz one day. I was the only one in the class to get 100% in that test. They basically left me to my own devices after that. In sixth form it was even better because my statistics teacher knew that I was more of a hindrance to everyone else in the class than I could possibly be to myself. He encouraged me not to come to class so I wouldn't distract the other students, as long as I maintained my grades, which I did. Let's backtrack a few steps to when I was in intermediate. Good old Our Lady of the Rosary Catholic Intermediate School, under the capable hands of the Scottish teacher Ms. McLaughlin. I remember on my first day of school there, everyone else who'd been there had been at that school since primary, so already set out as very different from everyone else. Everyone had their established friend groups, the people they did or didn't speak to, and then in comes me, already strange enough being me. Now I'm even stranger. Because where did you come from, strange girl? You weren't in school with us for the past 5 years. And I came in and sat down and here's this strange lady speaking in an accent I was familiar with, but had never been taught in. When she started talking about this letter I'd never heard of, the letter R, I was very confused until I saw her writing on the board. She means the letter R. I love the Scottish accent, it's a beautiful accent, fun to listen to. I would quite often just listen to the sound of her voice, not necessarily what she was saying, and then entertain myself. Before I had piercings and I could fiddle with those, I would just fiddle with my face. I would take a little roll of blue tack, roll it up into a little circle scoopy Mr. Whippy thing, you know, you get the ball, you're like one of those, and stick it on my nose. I'm the fanciest rhino in all of Rhino Land. Woo! I was a creative child. One day I didn't have any blue tack on me. I'm assuming the teacher had taken it away from me so I could no longer turn myself into a rhino mid-lesson. So I just started playing with my lips. I'm sure this went on for a good 10-15 minutes or so. I didn't really have any idea what I was doing until the guy next to me started talking to me. What are you doing? How did you do that? With what? With your lips. Which then very quickly got the attention of everyone sitting around us and turned into the entire class and the teacher trying to mimic this face I was pulling. I didn't actually have any idea how I'd done it. I hadn't been paying attention to what my hands had been doing. I was so distracted by my distraction. I was distracted from the distraction. I had no idea how I'd done it. I can't go cross-eyed, but I can do the lips.